This hour of the Dave Ramsey Show is brought to you by Zander Insurance, the company I've been recommending for term life, disability, and ID theft protection for almost 20 years. Go to ZanderInsurance.com or call 800-356-4282. From the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, it's the Dave Ramsey Show, where dad is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. I am Dave Ramsey, your host. Thank you for joining us, America. Our phone number here is 888-825-5225. I am well aware that a lot of you listen to this show by podcast or Google Play, or you listen to it at different hours, somehow on demand with the iHeart app, or lots of other things. Most of our radio stations, we have 583 of them, carry the show live every day, or some portions of the show live, but not all do. So not all of you get to hear the show live. Doesn't matter to me when you listen, but it will matter to you for today's sake, because we're going to do something today we have never done in the history that I can remember anyway, ever, anything like this. So the show airs from 1 to 4 Central, live, 2 to 5 Eastern, live. So if you're hearing me during that time, you're actually listening to me while I'm actually saying these words. Otherwise, you're hearing some kind of a replay of some kind in the next 24 hours or 48 hours or 48 years. I don't know when you hear this, but 1 to 4 live on Thursday for 3 hours. During that 3 hours, by the way, one of those hours is gone. We are offering something we've never done. Our Financial Peace University program is 9 weeks long. Almost 5 million people have gone through this class. It is $109 to go through the class. Limit one per customer. You can only buy one. We are, for this 3 hours, selling it for $39. Wow! Yeah, $39. Wow! Unbelievable. You can get it at DaveRamsey.com, but we're not going to let you buy but one, so you can't back a truck up and resell my stuff on eBay, okay? We're not trying to put you in business here. I'm in this business. So that's a big wow. So DaveRamsey.com, click on Financial Peace University, $39. You can only buy one. You don't even have to buy it for you. You can buy it to give away if you want. And so it'd be a great gift for you to, give a couple getting married, or give your parents who are 64 and still not handling money well, or you have a friend you've been talking to about this Dave Ramsey stuff. $39. Hello, shut up. I mean, you could throw that away. You spend more than that at fast food. And so, and you can call customer care. They'll help you at 888-22-PEACE, 888-227-3223. Another wow was last night we had a completely sold-out event, over 2,000 people in Cincinnati, Ohio, with Dr. Les Parrott and my daughter Rachel Cruze, one of our Ramsey personalities, the Marriage and Money event, and a date night worth investing in. So how was it, Rachel?
It was great. We got back early this morning, drove in from Cincinnati to Nashville, and just talked the whole way home about, how great it was. It was an amazing event last night, and 2,000 people. Yeah, it was rocking.
It looked like a lot of energy there.
It was. Well, this is I feel like a pain point. I feel like we really have touched a nerve with people, because two big issues in people's lives is their money and it's their marriage. And you put an event together and call it Money and Marriage, and people show up. And it's not that it's just this big, fun, new, flashy event that we're doing. It's that really this is information people want and what they need. And so selfishly, as a speaker, when you have that kind of captive audience, they're fun and they're energetic and they're excited and they're so into it, taking notes. And so it's great. And it's been fun to do some new content on my end, and then having Dr. Les Parrott there at the beginning, diving into communication and marriage. I mean, it's just,
he basically
awesome.
Does half the event. You do half the event.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And Les is funny and fun and tells great stories about marriage, and you come away with your marriage being touched.
Oh, it's great.
Now, those of you listening don't know, but every time I make a mistake, internally I get ragged on mercilessly. They give me the hardest time. So
yes.
Is this the money and marriage event, or is this the marriage and money event? They always say I say it backwards.
Oh, yes.
So it says right here on this sheet, money and marriage, but the one that James Childs typed up says marriage and money. So I don't know who it was that made the mistake. Which is it, Rachel?
I'm 99% sure that I copied and pasted that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you didn't, because apparently it's wrong, and therefore, see, and I've gotten thrown under the bus for naming the event wrong all this time, and all it was I was looking at your notes.
I'll check my records.
That's it. That's it. Just play some nice bump music.
It is the money and marriage event. But Dave would always say,
but Les goes first and you go second.
I know, that's why it's confusing.
I'm so
it's all
confused.
About. It's about your money and your marriage.
But,
you didn't come. It's a fun night.
The interesting thing is, you're right. We did touch a pain point with this idea because we knew that money and marriage were tied together. From all the years of us teaching this, they're inextricably tied together, and we proved that because Minneapolis and Cincinnati both sold out. I mean, instant, very, very, very hot ticket. One of the hottest tickets that we have had in a long time, and we actually thought it would do about half of this, and it's blown us away. And so, guess what that means? That means we're going to do more of them. Only Rachel decided to have a baby this summer, so she's on
in the middle of something.
So she's on, not working. We can't get any work out of her. But you're going to come back from maternity leave and do one next fall, which we're announcing on sale today, right?
Yes, yeah, and I'm really excited about this. Yeah, so the baby's due in August, so I'll take a couple of months and be home with the new baby. But yeah, in November, actually November 13th in Murfreesboro. So it's a little bit of a suburb of Nashville. So those of you in Nashville, you're not going to downtown Nashville, which is kind of a praise hands emoji moment of like, yes, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't have to fight the traffic.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's outside of Nashville, and we're going to do one for the fall. And so it's going to be great. And again, I'm kind of, obviously I'm very happy I'm going to have a baby, but when you do something fun at work that's a success like these events, you're just like, oh my gosh, you want to kind of keep the momentum going. And so I am pulling back some in summer and beginning of fall. But come November 13th, there we go. Murfreesboro, the money and marriage, or marriage and money, whoever you want to ask, event is coming back. So yeah, we're excited.
With you and Les, and it'll be done from Nashville. The couple's passes are $69. That's, in other words, 2 tickets, a his and her ticket, for $69. The price will only last for a little while because it's a launch price today, and after that, the price is going to go up. And so if you're working on your money, you're working on your marriage, or you're working on both, which is all of us, right? In 2017, this is going to be your chance to do that. You can get your tickets at rachelcruze.com or daveramsey.com, or you can call customer care at 888-22-PEACE.
And an email went out for this yesterday or today, and the amount of tickets we sold, even just from the email, the team's like, oh my gosh, like it really, it's already blown up. I mean, it's awesome. So,
well, and for those of you that are friends and neighbors in the Nashville area, this is going to be at World Outreach Church, and if you've not been there, it is a wonderful venue. It's a pleasant experience to attend an event. My buddy Michael W. Smith did a Christmas concert down there a couple years ago, and Sharon and I went down and watched the concert, and it's just, from an audience perspective, it is an enjoyable venue. So highly recommend this. November the 13th. It will, obviously, based on the other ticket sales, sell out early. And we're going to come back and talk a little bit more about this and talk about some of the things you can do with money and marriage, or marriage and money, whichever one you want to do. Depending on whether you ask Rachel or James, we'll just see. But yeah, November 13th, tickets are on sale now, $69 for a couple at the Nashville event, suburb of Nashville, Murfreesboro, but we're calling it Nashville. And you can get the tickets at rachelcruze.com or daveramsey.com or 888-227-3223. Back with your calls for Rachel Cruze momentarily. Over the years, I've seen so many families suffer by not having life insurance. It's not that they didn't care. It's just that they didn't know. So they did nothing. That's a huge mistake. Listen, term life insurance is the only way to go. It's not complicated, and it's not expensive. Please go to xanderinsurance.com or call 800-356-4282 and get the info you need to take care of your family. Trust me, taking these simple steps will let your family know how much you care. 800-356-4282. author of the #1 best-selling books, Smart Money, Smart Kids, and Love Your Life, Not Theirs, 7 Money Habits for Living the Life You Want. Rachel Cruze joins me this hour, and also the best-selling new live event called Money and Marriage with Rachel and Dr. Les Parrott, and announcing today there will be one in the fall, one of these events in the fall, because Rachel will be coming out of maternity leave to do that. And that'll be November the 13th, a suburb of Nashville here, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And money and marriage event, a date night worth investing in. Tickets are only $69 today because today's launch day for that. Failed to mention also that they will be in Chicago doing one of these events. There's one more left in this event, in this spring schedule, and that's May the 11th for those of you in the Chicago area. And you get an added bonus. Chris Hogan will be there as well. So you'll have 3 #1 best-selling authors there to talk to you about money and marriage in Chicago, May the 11th. And then Rachel and Les Parrott will be here, money and marriage, this coming November 13th as well. Probably worth mentioning that there's about 50 tickets left. Really, probably not even that many. It's basically sold out for the SMART conference. Rachel and Les and Chris and I and many others will be speaking. The SMART Conference is a day-long conference 1 week from this Saturday in San Antonio, April 22nd, and then the following weekend in Phoenix, April 29th. Those of you wanting to come to that big Mamma Jamma, the big one-day conference, you do need to get your tickets probably tomorrow at the latest. We're probably going to have to close them up because it's we don't want to oversell it so far nobody's got a seat, and it's going to be. Those have sold very, very well. It's always a very popular thing because there's so many things covered there. So, Rachel, in this book and really in your talk at the SMART conference, you talk about Love Your Life, Not Theirs, the danger of comparisons. And I had a lady yesterday on the air while you were in Cincinnati doing her debt-free scream. She said, I'm a Rachel Cruze fangirl. And when I asked her what the key for them getting out of debt was, she was doing her debt-free scream. She said, I took my cue from Rachel and I got content. I got away from comparisons. This is a thing with moms in particular. You got a baby, your second child on the way, second grandbaby for us with you and Winston anyway. How does this affect moms, this comparison thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a battle that everyone faces. So whether you're male or female, depending on your age, keeping up with the Joneses has been around for decades. But I think for women, and I can probably speak to that because I am a woman, in particular, that the comparison game, especially for moms, it just starts off the bat. And that's what shocked me when I was pregnant with Amelia and people found out I was pregnant. It was constantly like, okay, do you have morning sickness? How much weight have you gained? I mean, it's just like all these questions. And well, my pregnancy was this. And I was like, okay, I haven't even had the baby. And I already feel like, oh, am I doing this wrong? Like it's, you already feel like, I feel like everyone's doing it better than I am. And then you have a newborn and it's the same thing. And then, 2 years old, the 2-year-old birthday party we just threw for her, it's that feeling of like, okay, do I blow it out or do I just go simple? And then kindergarten, and then it just keeps going. It's like this game never ends, this battle, if you let it. And that's the hard thing. So I always tell moms, it's just to be realistic. Be realistic with your life and what you have going on, because everyone's life is going to look different, right? I mean, you may be a working mom, you may be a stay-at-home mom, you may be doing something part-time. Your time is going to look different during the day. Your lifestyle is going to look different. And so just owning the uniqueness of where you are, what season of life you are, and where you are, in this world and in this life at the time is key. And that's what I've had to do. Because, I mean, I look at moms that are home and, they're taking their kids and doing stuff all the time. And I'm like, oh, man, I would love to do that. But I have to look to say, no, Rachel, I get to do this work and I love this work. This is so fun. And you just have to get back to that idea of putting the blinders on and being grateful for what you have. And that was the key to contentment for me is gratitude. Because in a heart that is filled with gratitude, there is no room for discontentment in these comparisons. And so I think, number one, being realistic with where you are, owning where you are, and being proud of that, and then also learning to be grateful for where you are. So those things help me personally fight this battle, especially on the mom front, because it is tough. And you throw in social media and Instagram and Facebook, and you see the best part of everyone's life.
I'm thinking you throw in the marketers, because I'm sitting, I don't know whether Sharon and I were so broke when you all were little that we couldn't participate in the baby comparison game, but I don't remember Baby Gap. I think that was after you were a baby. that Baby Gap came along, and this idea that a baby carries a Louis purse or some kind of crap. I mean, it's the designer labels for a baby that they're literally going to wear once or twice before they outgrow it.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. And it's not even the designer, it's the style of the clothes. You know what I mean? Like it's everything. I mean, all of it. And so and I shop consignment all the time because we live in Nashville and there's some other great moms that buy all the nice expensive stuff and then I just buy it secondhand.
Well, you're your mother's daughter. You can't not shop consignment. But
yes, there's a whole world.
I think there's a marketer. Right. I think the marketers target the young mom thing.
And part of it, too, is out of a guilt of, like, you want to be a good mom. So you go into these baby stores that's a warehouse, and it's like there's 18 different strollers. There's 60 different burp cloths with different fabrics, and do you get the organic or tuna? I mean, there's just so many options. It's very overwhelming, and you feel like, am I going to make the wrong choice? AKA, is that going to make me a bad mom? What's that going to look like to other people? So, yeah, I mean, the train of thought just goes on and on and on. And you have to put a stop to it because you end up spending money that you may or may not have to keep up that lifestyle if you're not careful.
To look like something that you're not, or to have your kid look like something that you're not. It's just, it truly is love your life, not theirs. It truly is. You can make some choices to enjoy some of the money and enjoy some of it with your children and put something cute on your kid. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we don't want to dress them in feed sacks, you know.
Sure.
But
well, even in Cincinnati, in the backstage experience, we were able to answer some questions, and there was a couple. And she said, what do we do when our neighbor, they're putting in a pool, they've just redone their kitchen, their kids are going to all these great camps this summer, like, and we're not able to do all of that. What does that even look like? So, it's going to range on depending on where you are in life. But everyone faces it. You face this battle or this moment of, okay, how do I communicate this to my kids? How do I talk to them? How do I, as a parent, comfortable and secure of where we are, that I can stand firm and say, yeah, we're not putting in a pool. We're not taking out a loan to put in a pool because we don't have the money. I mean, it's everything, and everything is magnified because you see what everyone's doing via TV or social media, whatever it is. It's just in your face constantly. And so your guard has to be up.
Yeah. The Facebook page is everybody's highlight reel, but I never thought about it until today that it's also that they put up a highlight reel of their kid. And, keeping up with their kid is the same thing. And, I mean, you ought to be proud of your kid. That's fine. We're proud of our kids. We're proud of our grandkids, all that kind of stuff. But this idea that somehow I've got to look like and put forth this image of myself, my family, my kid or something, it'll make you broke.
And at the expense of your finances.
It'll make you broke. Your kid will be in college with no money and getting in student loan debt, but by God, they wore Baby Gap. Right. Because you got your value system screwed in wrong, and you didn't put the right things that were important. And
part of the message too is getting your finances in order, getting out of debt, putting yourself in a strong foundation so that you can enjoy life. Right? Baby Gap's not evil. I mean, I ordered shorts for Baby Gap for Amelia. So like, it's not evil, but it's just putting your priorities. And you have to own where you are financially. And that's what's key. If you don't have the money, you don't buy it. And it's so hard because that's delaying that gratification, whether it's over the excuse of, I want to be a good mom, I want my kids to look cute, I'm worried about what people think. I mean, whatever bucket you fall in, you have to stand firm in where you are. And my goal for you is that you can enjoy things and that you can bless your kids. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying not to do that, but not at the expense of your finances.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's how you do it. Rachel Cruze, my guest this half hour, author of the #1 best-selling book, Love Your Life, Not Theirs, 7 Money Habits for Living the Life You Want. She'll be speaking next coming 2 Saturdays at the SMART Conference in San Antonio and Phoenix. Just a handful of tickets left there. In Chicago with Les Parrott at the last Money and Marriage event of the spring, and then announcing today only one event in the fall because she's coming back off maternity leave to do it. And that's November the 13th in Nashville. Tickets are $69 for the Nashville event as we launch it today. RachelCruze.com or DaveRamsey.com. Thanks for dropping by, Rach.
Thanks for having me on.
This is The Dave Ramsey Show. Business is easy until people get involved. In order to find the perfect hire, you have to be intentional with your search. You need ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to 200 plus job sites, including social media, all with a single click. You can also find candidates nationwide, all with their easy-to-use interface. Let them help you the way they've helped millions of other businesses. Right now, my listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Dave. Giving you the same financial advice your grandmother would, only we keep our teeth in. Ron and Erica are with us on the Dave Ramsey Show in Cincinnati. Hey, guys, how are you?
Good, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. I see
Hi,
on
Dave.
I see on my screen you're debt-free. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how much have you paid off?
We have paid off $27,606.56.
Awesome. And how long did that take?
About 11 months.
Good for you. And your range of income during that time?
We started at about $113,000 and all the way up to $160,000.
In 11 months?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Well, it was a couple of blessings. I got a promotion during the time, and then also some bonuses from work.
Wow.
Some bonus was more like a really, really nice bonus. He's
Dang.
an extremely hard worker and does a really good job with working and knowing what he needs to do to get the job done for his family. So,
You know, I've seen this so many times, and obviously you are a hard worker, Ron, and obviously you're a smart guy, and your company looked up and noticed it. But it's not lost on me that they noticed it during this 11 months.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny how that works out.
I kind of think God is sitting up there looking at you and going, they were stupid with handling money. Now they're going to be smart. If they're going to be smart, I can trust them with the little things.
Yep,
so we will give them
exactly.
more to manage. It's almost like the Bible said it or something.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Way to go, you guys. What kind of debt was the $28,000?
A little bit of everything, man. I think we were pretty normal. We had about $4,000 plus on a car loan, $10,000 on a HELOC, about $9,400 on a credit card, and good old Sally Mae had about $3,600.
You just had one of every flavor, didn't you?
yeah, we
That's
sure
right.
did.
Just kind of bopping along, doing normal life American style.
Yep,
Little bit of debt. Never hurt anybody. What's the big deal?
exactly.
And then what happened 11 months ago?
Well, actually, it goes back about 12 years ago. My brother and my sister-in-law took us to one of your live events here in Cincinnati, and we had just had our first child. And
It took you 12 years to do it?
it was one of those things. No, it didn't take us 12 years, but it was one of those things where we were on the plan and then we were off, and we were on and we were off.
On again, off again, on again, off again, working it not necessarily gazelle intense all the time.
Yeah.
And finally, I think about 11 months ago, we just sort of looked at what was coming around the bend. We have a 12-year-old who's getting ready to go to high school, and then college is not far off, and I think those things just sort of made us, shaking our boots a little bit.
Okay. So the little calendars walking around there asking for food and tuition and cars and things woke you up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So was there a moment, an event that you said, okay, tonight we're doing this?
Well, I would say we got back from Vegas.
Yeah, we went to Vegas,
on a
Dave.
not on our dime. It was a company trip. But we got back, and we looked at our finances again, and we realized we weren't that far away from paying off the car loan, for Erica's car loan. So we knocked that out, and then it just kind of snowballed from there, and we could see the light at the end of the tunnel. And
Right.
like you say, it wasn't an oncoming train. We could see through clearly.
the end.
Yeah.
So you sat down, looked at it, and said, all right, we're doing this.
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause he was getting
Both
a
of you
bonus.
were on board immediately? You knew what you agreed at the same time to do it, or one of you have to talk the other one into it?
I have always been a little bit of the feet dragger. I just have always been like, well, we still have to do this, and we got to sign this kid up for this, and we need to. So I've always been kind of the spender, if you will. Ronnie is more the, saver. Like if we just sat and looked at the wall, every weekend, he'd be perfectly fine with that.
You get a little magic marker, draw a square, and go pretend it's a TV, right?
Exactly. So that part of it, for both of us was sort of difficult, but it's a good balance because, I'd kind of bring him to, okay, listen, like I know you want to do this and you are super, super focused, But we do have a couple of things that we need to take care of that are, what we do need to do, for kids' tuition and things. And I don't know, he on the other end helped me see that I needed to remain focused in seeing our end goal.
Okay. Way to go, you guys. How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels freeing. It feels like...
Will you ever go back? Because, you kind of diddy-bopped along for so long.
Right.
You think you'll wander back into debt?
No.
I don't know. I think I know that we're done.
It's one of those things where, man, oh man, if we could have just told, this was 12 years ago, so if we could have just told that young couple 12 years ago that it could have felt like this, we could have felt like this sooner.
Okay, I got you. That's the right word right there. That's good.
Yeah.
Very good, you guys. Very well done.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, what do you tell people the key to getting out of debt is?
I'd say for me, it's having the accountability partner, like Erica talked about. Whether you're married or whether you've got someone, like you say, that loves you enough to tell you when you're being stupid about things, and also loves you enough to pat you on the back and say you're doing a good job, and to keep at it.
And I think the main thing for us, anyhow, is communication, constant communication, just about our goal and where we are and what's the plan. And we also, another thing we had to make sure we were sure of is that we needed to be willing to make really tough decisions, which is hard. We definitely are all about, we as in general, like instant gratification, but it's the working towards it in a slow fashion that is very hard, and you have to make choices throughout that road to get where you need to go.
Yeah, the live like no one else, so later you can live and give like no one else. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, and the Every Dollar budget software is
we love it. Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Good. Well, I'm glad. Very cool. Well, congratulations, you two. We've got a copy of Chris Hogan's Retire Inspired book for you. That is the next chapter in your story to become millionaires and outrageously generous along the way, okay?
Sounds good to us. All
right. It's Ron and Erica, Cincinnati, Ohio. $28,000 paid off in 11 months, making $113 to $160. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
All right.
3, 2, 1, we're debt-free!
Love it! They're free, man. That's how it's done right there. Love it. Very well done. Will is with us in Atlanta. Hi, Will. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. How about yourself?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Well, I've got a student loan question. Myself, my brother, and my sister, all three of us graduated from the same university, and we all have student loans out in our own names that we've all been working on, like different paces and all that stuff. But our parents also took out loans in our name, particularly in our dad's name.
Took out loans in your name?
Well, I say took out loans in his name, like a Parent Plus loan. Or
they took out loans. They didn't take them out in your name.
No, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But they did that to send you all to college. Okay.
Yes, sir. And they've been neglected. I mean, they went through some job change and all that stuff, and these loans have been neglected for years. Mm-hmm. In total, between the three of us, there's about 15 loans before interest at about $147,000. The loans have since been sold to someone else, and currently, I'm looking at the total now, it's $210,000.
Good gracious.
That it's in our dad's name, but they are not in a spot where they can do this on their own. And obviously, we feel obligated to help out with this, but all the loans have been consolidated into one massive loan itself, and we don't really know how to attack this as far as dividing up like who's responsible for what, because it's all one massive lump sum now.
Mm-hmm. And what is your parents' household income?
Being honest, I don't really know that. That's something. All this has kind of been one of those kind of stepping on eggshells kind of thing when bringing it up. We've finally addressed it here for the first time.
What do you think? What do you think it is?
If I were to guess, I'd say 70, 80.
And how old are they?
56.
Okay. Oh my Lord. All right, I tell you what, hold on. We'll come back from this break. We'll talk this through with you, try to come up with some ideas. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Talking to Will in Atlanta, Georgia. His parents took out Parent Plus loans to pay for a portion of their 3 children's college. It amounted to about $150,000. They haven't paid on it in years, and it's gone up to about over $200,000 now that the parents owe. The parents are 56. He thinks they make 70. The kids are trying to figure out what their obligation is and how they can help, and that's about how far we got in the discussion. Not to mention, Will and his siblings also have their own student loans. Is that a fair summary, Will?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, this is a mess, obviously. And only the strong can help the weak, and you guys are probably not in financial position to help much right now because you're in debt yourself.
Yes, sir.
How old are you? 20, 25?
Yeah, I'm 26, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. What do you make?
Last year I made about 40.
Are you married?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And how much student loan debt do you have in your name?
As of this morning, I'm just under 10,000 now. I started off with around 45, but I'm just under 10,000 now.
What about your brothers and sisters? Are they older or younger?
One older, one younger. I can't personally speak for how much they have, but I think we've all been attacking it at different routes.
Are any of the 3 of you millionaires?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So you got your own problems, is my point.
Yes, sir.
And so it's honorable for you to care about your parents, and it's natural for you to do that, and I'm sad for them too. But there's not a lot you can do about it right now. You make $40,000 a year. You have $10,000 in debt yourself. And what we can do is we can put Mom and Dad into Financial Peace University and let them begin to address this issue, because not addressing it has not been a good plan for them.
Yes, sir.
You stick your head in the sand, you only leave one thing exposed, and that's your butt. It's up in the air. So that's what they've done. They've ignored this, and it hasn't gone away. It's only gotten worse. As a matter of fact, it's gotten catastrophically worse. So I don't think you have a moral, and I know you don't have a legal obligation to pay this, and certainly don't even have the mathematical ability to pay it today. So for today, the best thing you can do for your parents is for you to continue to get you out of debt. Same for your brothers and sisters. Now, when all of you are out of debt, or some of you are out of debt, if you want to jump in and help Mom and Dad as they work on this, then that's fine. You can decide how you want to divvy this up if you want to divvy it up. And if there's $210,000 and you want to divide it by 3, then you'd take on $70,000.
Okay.
Or if you want to go back and do a CSI, do an autopsy on the numbers and find out what really happened in those 15 loans, who were they taken out for, what years, and try to figure out what the real damage is per person, you could do that, get a little more accurate number, because one of you might have spent more than the other. I don't know. Did you all go to the same university?
Yes, sir. And I've got all the numbers, the exact total for what they were before.
And which kid they were taken out for?
I'm sorry?
And which kid they were taken out for?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir,
if you do, and that was the total of $147,000 or something?
Yes, sir. So I'm looking at that. I got all.
Well, here's a simple way to do it then. Just take the amount that was taken out for you, and what percentage of 147 is that? And the amount that was taken out for your brother or your sister, what percentage of 147 was that, and so on, and apply that percentage to the current balance, and that would be the amount you would help with if you want to and become able to help.
Okay.
But today you're not able.
Yes, sir.
So today you go get out of debt. But if 50,000 each is what those total up to be, then it's about a third each, right?
Yes, sir.
But if it's way different than that, then if one of you is 75,000, then you're half of it. That one's half of it, right? Of that 147. So you see how I'm doing that?
Yes, sir.
And that's another way to look at it. But the big thing here is your mom and dad are going to have to address this starting today.
Yes, sir.
Now, are they in Atlanta?
Yes, sir. Just north. Yes, sir.
Okay. Are your siblings in Atlanta?
Yes, sir. We all live in the same general area.
Okay. Would all of you come to the Atlanta Smart Money event?
I'm sure we could all swing it. Yes, sir.
I mean, it's going to be there April the 18th. I will give you all tickets if you will all come.
I would love to. Yes, sir.
Because this is a family that needs to get a different direction. Would you agree?
100%.
Well, I'll give you the tickets, and that'll help you. I'm going to be down there. Was that next week, right? April the 18th.
Next Tuesday.
April the 18th, next Tuesday. So, yeah, we would love to have you. Anthony O'Neill and I will be doing the Smart Money event in Atlanta, and there's just a handful of tickets left. It's basically sold out, but I'll get you some tickets. I know a guy. So Kelly will get you guys. I mean, I guess you need, 8 probably. 2 for you. If you bring a friend, and brother and sister bring their spouses or a friend, your mom and dad got to come. But your mom and dad have to be there, dude.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then I'm going to put them through Financial Peace University, mom and dad, too. I'm going to go ahead and give Kelly the kit now. But they've got to address this. It is not going to get better. There's no healing going to happen until we stop the bleeding first. And it just has to stop. It's that simple. So, hey, thank you for the call. And hold on, Kelly will pick up, and we'll get you signed up for everything. Cole is with us in Chesapeake, Virginia. Hey, Cole, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing fairly well now.
Good. How can I help today?
On March 9th, I hit rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
The major problem that helped me to get there was I am a severe bipolar disorder.
Mm.
And with the manic phases of the bipolar disorder, I can't quite tell when they're coming on until it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
The medication mitigates it, but it doesn't stop or prevent it. And with that comes psychosis and major delusions of grandeur.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's normal in that situation.
Approximately 4 years ago, I went through $42,000 cash in less than a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I got my first paycheck in about a month because I switched jobs. I had to get a better paying job and other things of that nature. So today is day one for me.
Good for you. How old are you?
I'm 26 years old.
Okay, cool. How long have you been struggling with this?
I was diagnosed back in January of 2015.
Okay.
But I've probably been struggling with it for closer to 7 or 8 years now. It's been getting more and more severe within the last year or so.
Okay, let me tell you right quickly that I admire your courage for facing that and for even coming on the radio to talk about it. That's a big step on your part, especially for a young guy like you facing this. So I will tell you that in 30 years of doing what I do, I've worked with a lot of people in bipolar because, as you have noticed, the manic side destroys your finances.
Yeah.
And your money will be as healthy in your future as you are. And so I'm going to put you through Financial Peace University, but your money is going to be as healthy as you are, and that's going to be you staying with a good counselor and you continuing to adjust these meds until they get right. Because you've only been dealing with this for about 2 years, and sometimes it takes longer than that to get the adjustments on the farm right. I'm having no knowledge whatsoever from a medical perspective, just hands-on, having worked with folks in your exact situation a lot of times over the last 30 years. And so, because as you can tell, it destroys your finances almost every time until you get a handle on the process. And there are a lot of people, Cole, I'll give you a lot of hope. I know a lot of people that have the same exact diagnosis with the extremes that you've experienced in the past 24, 36 months that have been able to get balanced with the help of a good counselor and adjusted medications and have lived very prosperous and fruitful lives in spite of this. I know sometimes it feels really, really hopeless, and it takes every bit of emotional strength you have to fight it every day, but, dude, you can do it. You definitely can do it. I've seen people do it. I know ones that do it. And you do not have to succumb to this. you can win. And we'll walk with you and do our part. We'll put you into the class, and you call me back anytime you want to talk. And hold on, Kelly, we'll pick up. I want you to go to Financial Peace University. Your future finances are going to be as healthy as you are, sir. So fight the fight and win. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey guys, it's Blake Thompson, Senior Executive Producer of The Dave Ramsey Show. This hour of the show is over, but don't forget about our YouTube channel where you can submit show questions or talk to other fans on our chat when the show is live. It's part of our commitment to make the show available anytime and anywhere.
Hey guys, this is Dave Ramsey reminding you to catch the Dave Ramsey Show live on our YouTube channel weekdays.